The famous TV icon, former and highly controversial surgeon Dr. Oz, has been active in the Republican Party over the last decade. In November, he raised eyebrows by announcing his candidacy for a seat in the U.S. Senate. As a doctor with deep pockets and connections, his race will undoubtedly be interesting to watch. What makes it even more attention-grabbing is that he might become the wealthiest member of Congress. Mehmet Cengiz Oz, professionally known as Dr. Oz, is a TV personality, author, and retired surgeon who gained popularity through his Dr. Oz show, but which he ended to run for the U.S. Senate. He was born in 1960 in Cleveland, Ohio, to parents Suna and Mustafa Oz, who emigrated from Konya Province, Turkey. His father Mustafa was one of the best students at Sarapasa Medical School, and after graduation, he relocated to the U.S. to work at Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland. Eventually, he trained to become a surgeon and worked as the chief of thoracic surgery at the Medical Center of Delaware for a few years. Oz's mother was born into a well-to-do family. Her father was a pharmacist. Oz has two siblings, Several and Nazlim Oz, raised in a mixed Muslim environment, as his father practiced traditional Islam while his mother was a secular Muslim. Being inspired by his father's career and success, Oz wanted to become a doctor from a young age. In an interview, he said, "I thought it would feel so good if I could do that too." Oz attended the private Tower Hill School in Wilmington, Delaware, and then in 1982 enrolled at Harvard University, graduating with an undergraduate degree in biology. During his days at the university, he joined the football team and was the goalie of the men's varsity water polo team. In 1986, he received his Doctor of Medicine and MBA from the University of Pennsylvania School of Medicine and Penn's Wharton School. He spent 2 years in the Turkish Army to retain his dual citizenship. He started his medical career in 1988, working at the Presbyterian Hospital in New York City after Eric Rose offered him the job, and where he worked diligently for years, becoming a specialist in heart transplant. In the early stages of his career, he worked with a patient whose family didn't allow blood transfusion, as their religion opposed it. Even though he was distraught to learn this, it opened his eyes and made him think about other approaches to healing, saying, "I began to recognize that as dogmatic as I thought I could be with my knowledge base, there were certain elements of the healing process I could not capture." This experience prompted him to research alternative treatments that could be combined with modern medical practices, and in 1984, Oz co-founded the Cardiovascular Institute and Integrative Medicine program at Presbyterian Hospital, New York City, with his colleague Jerry Whitworth. The idea behind the institute was to provide various types of alternative medicine and treatments for patients with heart diseases. After establishing the institute, Dr. Oz received significant media exposure, which created tension with the hospital administration, who expressed concern and disapproval at his use of therapeutic touch. In 1996, he performed a successful heart transplant on Frank Torre, a professional baseball player, subsequently rising in popularity and receiving media publicity. Like Oz's partner, Jerry, Eric Rose did not enjoy the media attention, as he thought it was distracting, while Jerry even begged Dr. Oz to stop the media circus. In 1998, Rose and Dr. Oz, who was thrilled with media attention, authored the book, Healing from the Heart. A leading surgeon combines Eastern and Western traditions to create the medicine of the future. From 2001 to 2022, Oz worked as a professor at the Columbia University Vagelos College of Physicians and Surgeons. During his medical career, he contributed to the field by developing numerous devices and procedures pertaining to heart surgery, one of which is a MitraClip and ventricular assist device. Additionally, in 2010, he and Jeff Arnold co-founded ShareCare Inc., a health and wellness company. Currently, the 62-year-old Dr. Oz holds the title of Professor Emeritus and has stopped seeing patients. Dr. Oz began his career on TV in 2003, appearing on The Oprah Show, providing information, tips, and knowledge on an array of subjects, such as weight loss, healthy lifestyle, and aging. Later that year, he launched the show entitled Second Opinions with Dr. Oz in collaboration with the Discovery Channel, which ran for a season, but over time, he became a recurring health expert on The Oprah Show, achieving popularity and fame, which prompted Oprah to offer him his own show, produced by her company, Harpo Productions. The Dr. Oz show premiered in 2009 and ran until 2022, when he chose to run for the Senate. In his show, Dr. Oz discussed various subjects such as diabetes and promoted resveratrol supplements, claiming that they had anti-aging properties. In January 2011, Dr. Oz began appearing on Oprah All-Stars alongside Dr. Phil and Susie Orman, answering various questions regarding life, health, and finance. In 2014, he launched another show, Surgeon Oz, which detailed his career and experience working as a surgeon. In March 2021, he guest hosted the popular TV game show Jeopardy! But his presence received a severe backlash from the show's fans, who wanted to remove him. Dr. Oz has been showing an interest in politics since 2007, namely the Republican Party of New Jersey, and had even donated to John McCain and Bill First. He supported the campaign of President George W. Bush and the candidacy of the Republican Shmuley Boteach. After the Republican U.S. Senator announced his retirement in November 2021, Dr. Oz announced that he would be running for the U.S. Senate seat in Pennsylvania as a Republican. In an op-ed for the Washington Examiner, Dr. Oz wrote, "During the pandemic, I learned that when you mix politics and medicine, you get politics instead of solutions. That's why I'm running for the U.S. Senate, to help fix the problems and to help heal." Following his announcement, several TV stations that aired his show removed it due to the Federal Communications Commission's equal time rule, providing equivalent airtime to opposing political candidates. Describing himself as a moderate Republican, in a 2007 interview, Oz explained his political views. "I'm not socially conservative. I don't believe that we should be intruding in the private lives of homosexuals. We should not be creating obstacles during the difficult time women have when trying to terminate a pregnancy." However, since he announced his candidacy for the seat in late 2021, he identified himself as a conservative Republican and has recently supported the Supreme Court's ruling which ended 50 years of federal abortion rights. Interestingly, if he were to be elected, he would be the first Muslim to serve in the U.S. Senate. In his campaign, he is adamantly against vaccine requirements and even fired shots at the immunologist Anthony Fauci, the chief medical advisor to the president, saying that he should be fired. Dr. Oz, whose campaign is endorsed by former President Donald Trump, entered the Republican primary held on May 17. Following the election, the votes showed that Oz led his opponent David McCormick by a slight difference of 0.1%, which triggered a mandatory statewide recount. Pressured by Trump, Dr. Oz prematurely declared victory, calling himself the presumptive nominee. However, Oz did become the Republican nominee after McCormick conceded, believing that the recount could not make up the deficit in votes. He said, "Now it's clear to me, with the recount now largely complete, that we have a nominee." Dr. Oz is set to face the Democratic nominee John Fetterman in November 2022. As he disclosed in a government filing, Dr. Oz has a personal fortune estimated at over $100 million. Talking of his assets, he owns shares in the gas and convenience chain Wawa and has a series of luxury properties in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, Florida, and Turkey. In addition, in 2021, he purchased a cattle farm in Okeechobee, Florida, valued at $500,000. His house in Palm Beach, Florida, is believed to be valued at more than $5 million. Even though the precise value cannot be determined due to financial disclosure required under law, which asks for the value of assets in a broad range, one thing is sure: if elected, Dr. Oz would be one of the wealthiest members of the Senate. Having used his public image and reach, he has successfully utilized his vast fortune to propel himself toward the top of the Republican field. Furthermore, primary races in Pennsylvania are one of the most expensive in the U.S., and launching a campaign calls for substantial financial support. According to reports, since last year, he's invested $5.3 million into his campaign, and the amount is expected to grow. Dr. Oz has had his share of scandals and controversy, ranging from inappropriate statements that caused immense backlash to promoting magical products for various health issues. In one of his show's episodes, he presented green coffee beans to the public, claiming that they were a magical weight loss cure for every body type. Besides the green coffee extract, he endorsed and promoted other miracle drugs for weight loss, such as raspberry ketone and Garcinia cambogia. However, his promotion of these quick solutions was met with criticism from many other physicians, given that none of his claims had any scientific basis. On the contrary, some studies have even indicated otherwise. This whole controversy culminated in 2014, when he was summoned to face a Senate subcommittee accused of misleading the public by airing segments of weight loss products that were later used for advertisements. Dr. Oz backtracked on his previous statements regarding these products, saying that he might have used strong language such as miracle and magic to describe products without proven effects. Dr. Oz told the Senate, "I'm in a position where I'm second-guessing every word I use on the show right now. It's very respectful. I've heard the message. I've told my colleagues at the FTC, I get it." Although it seemed that the Senate was somewhat dissatisfied with Dr. Oz's behavior, media outlets reported that there was no concrete conclusion to the hearing. Following his Senate appearance, Dr. Oz promoted a healthy lifestyle and regular exercise as the best way to lose weight, claiming that he had always recommended it. Furthermore, he began arguing that his show was not a medical show and explained the logo. "It's called the Dr. Oz Show. We very purposely, on the logo, have Oz in the middle, and the doctor is actually up in the little bar for a reason. I want folks to realize that I'm a doctor, and I'm coming into their lives to be supportive of them." According to reports, the real magicians are his lawyers. The award-winning host has been sued multiple times by consumers who were dissatisfied with the weight loss products. Besides these claims, he has been criticized for promoting pseudoscience, alternative medicine, and faith healing. Ex-President Trump's endorsement of Oz's candidacy for the U.S. Senate might seem unusual for those who are not fans of Dr. Oz show or of Dr. Oz himself. However, if you watched his show, you might remember that during Trump's presidential campaign in 2016, he guest appeared on Dr. Oz's show. Many concluded that his appearance aimed to appeal to the numerous female audience who admired Dr. Oz and his profession. However, Dr. Oz was once again heavily criticized for his softball approach while interviewing Trump. A media outlet was particularly displeased with Dr. Oz's questioning and wrote, "For Donald Trump, Oz's show proved to be a safe place, a haven shielded from any tough questions or follow-ups, and offered Trump a platform to offer up what he wanted, from saying that he feels as good as a 30-year-old to playing up his stamina and his testosterone level." He was also criticized for the on-air physical that he conducted on Trump and for revealing his medical reports. Dr. Oz later defended himself, saying, "Why not release Trump's medical records on a show that talks to people every day about health and have some context put on the results?" 2 years later, Trump, seemingly becoming friends with Dr. Oz, appointed him and several others, such as Lou Ferrigno, to his council on sports, fitness, and nutrition. In December 2020, Trump nominated him for a second council term. However, he was fired from the position by the Biden administration in 2022. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Trump was heavily influenced by Dr. Oz's opinion, which downplayed the virus, and he subsequently became an informal advisor to Donald's administration. Whether you support Dr. Oz or not, his effect and reach are undeniable. Although several controversies and ill-timed statements have marked his career, Dr. Oz is an embodiment of the American dream and the numerous riches and opportunities that the U.S. has to offer, which just might play a vital role in the Senate elections of 2022. Thank you for spending some time with us. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpicked these videos, which we recommend you watch next. You can talk to us on all social medias or ask a question in the comments below. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you back tomorrow.